Today's topic of random woman screaming at camera is planned obsolescence. Now, I want to specifically rant about this topic because this particular one, I think, needs to be covered thoroughly in a video rant moment of its own. Some things in the past, people would say, oh, they made these better back in my day. And it is true. It is true. Some things in the past, they lasted a very long time. Like, you know, back then, the clothes wouldn't self-combust when you put them on. And you know, do you know the story of the, what was it, the huffing and the puffing and the blowing the house down? House! Get your mind out of the gutter. The house down? Yeah. There were 4 little piggies. One of them built their house from sticks because they're an idiot. And then the wolf came and he huffed and he puffed and blew the house down and had bacon for breakfast. Then the second little piggy built the house from hay. Idiocy. Then the wolf came, set it on fire, charcoal grilled pork. And then the third piggy made a house out of bricks. Woo! The wolf came, huffed and puffed, blew. It wasn't very effective because bricks are pretty good, but that's all right. Then he got himself a tow truck and just straight through there. Pancake pork. And finally, the 4th little piggy built their house from Nokia phones. That's right. They built their house from Nokia phones. The wolf came, he huffed and puffed, he set it on fire, he ran into it with a tow truck, and you know what? That house did not budge. It did not budge. Nokia phones are invincible. In fact, there's a gravestone out there, and it's got the wolf's name on it because it died in an attempt of taking out the house. Like ran into it, plowed into it with the truck, and it crushed the truck. It's a well-known fairy tale, and I'm sure some of you have heard of it. But yeah, things in the past, they used to be made to last, and now they are not because of this thing called planned obsolescence. And planned obsolescence is usually accredited to the tech industry. Everyone's favorite industry, the tech industry. The ones that came and did the TED Talks wearing turtlenecks, selling us bright new ideas to make the world a beautiful place, such as phones and touch screens and various other things that have definitely panned out to work, like that lady who came on and sold the nanotechnology that does blood tests. That was real for sure. That definitely worked out. That's how, yeah. And then the guy who we've all heard of that told us that we'd have speed highways and electric cars that drive themselves. That worked out as well. All of that. Yeah, the TED Talks, yeah, and they're perfect now. All of them are perfect now. Every single one. Because people from technology, they come in and they make everything better. They come in and make everything better. You had a tissue box, now it has Wi-Fi. You know, they've come and they've improved our world so greatly that now you can speak to your grandmother through your phone. I mean, you've forgotten how to do it in person, but that's irrelevant because you can speak to them through the phone now. So everything has been improved thanks to the people of technology. But planned obsolescence was one of their bright spark ideas. And it was essentially because if you make technology that becomes obsolete, people have to buy new technology because their last one is obsolete. So this is a smart idea because the Nokia phone lasted for eternity, which is why if you bought one, you're still using it now. But that's why they had to make planned obsolescence, because people would just keep using the same things. People would buy an outfit and they'd wear it. And that's just insulting. That's not how you're meant to do it. You're meant to throw it out and buy a new one. So you got to make sure that things break and don't work anymore. That's what you got to do. You got to build that functionality into the device. So now when you get a phone, you know that the time is a ticking. time is a ticking. It's like that. There was a movie, I forgot the name of it because I never watched it, but Justin Timberlake was in it. That may have been part of the reason I didn't watch it. But people had like a little clock on their wrist, and it was ticking, and it was counting down, and when it reached 0, you died. It's like reality, except we don't get to see the clock. And that's kind of what every device has now. Every device has a little clock on it. You buy a brand new phone and it's not there. You can't see it. But in the background, it's like, only a short time still, and then I will be obsolete. And so, you get a phone and it will last you maybe a year, maybe 2 years. You get a computer, if you're lucky, 3 years. I mean, there are people bucking the trend, for certain. There are people bucking the trend. My mum has got a phone from 3 centuries ago, and she's like, I can watch you on Twitch. I'm like, of course you can. Good. Yes, you watch on that screen right there. Enjoy. But at the same time, most people will go, this is too irritating to work with. I throw it in your face. And then they buy a new device. That's how things have been going nowadays, because of planned obsolescence. And I understand why it's necessary, because they've run out of other ideas. Like they've run out of other ideas. Have you seen the latest releases of phones? Have you seen them? Have you seen a difference? It's like playing Spot the Difference. The same picture. There was all these like leaps and bounds of technology. Everything was like getting better and better and better and better. And then suddenly we got stupid. And now they don't know what to do. They added an extra megapixel to the camera. Stuff it. They didn't even manage that. They just added a singular extra pixel. Just 1 pixel. There's 1 more pixel in the camera. They don't know how to make the camera any better though. That's all they can do. That's why they've added more cameras now, because they forgot how to innovate. They're like, I don't know how to make the camera any better. Let's just stick more on there. Just stick more. Next phone, it's gonna have more. Eventually, we'll just have cameras. Just cameras. That's what they're gonna do. That's how they're gonna convince us to get a phone. They're gonna be like, every time you take a photo, you can use a new camera. Huh. Amazing. Oh, yeah. Need to add lasers, death rays, some way to, summon the cats. I'm not sure. But they haven't come up with these ideas. I did. They're all registered, trademarked now. You're going to have to pay me if you want to use those ideas, Samsung. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Anyhow, I'm not overly upset about the planned obsolescence in phones and computers, because I have to be honest, like most people here, I would probably buy a new phone anyway, and I'd probably buy a new computer anyway, because I use the living hell out of those things. Like, you, I'm sure, can relate to this. You use your phone on the daily. You use your computer, your laptop on the daily. It's getting burnt out. It's working hard. It's working harder than Gen Z. That's not a high bar, but it's working hard. However, this is where I get peeved when it comes to planned obsolescence. See, after a while, living upon this earth, you change your perspective a little. At the beginning, you're like, everything is magic and wonderful. That's what I assume. I don't remember when I was a baby what I was thinking, but probably something along those lines. Thank you for the bits to help pay for the computer's repairs. That's muchly appreciated. But, everything's beautiful and wonderful. But then after a while, you start to see the cracks. You start to see the butt cracks. Literally. You start to see the butt cracks. Because it's one thing when you're like, oh no, I guess I'm going to have to go get myself a new phone. Oh no, I guess I'm going to have to get myself a new cool jacket. But then it's another thing when you're like, damn it, the garage door has stopped working. The garage door has stopped working. Hello? Yep, I'm going to need someone to come in and look at the garage door. There's this phone number on the door and I'm ringing it. You want me to repeat it? Garage door not working. All right, okay. What? $7,000 to fix it? What? 7,000? 8,000? It just went up inflation as I was talking? To fix the garage door. Oh, man. Shit, I need that, though. I was going to buy a new phone. I was gonna buy a new phone. That's what happens. That's what happens. There's planned obsolescence for the other stuff. That's what's driving me up the wall. Oh no, the light in the wardrobe has stopped working. Oh dang it. The dishwasher needs upgrading. The garage door is not opening. One of the air ducts is clogged. You're like, no. I was going to buy a new phone. I was going to buy a new laptop. My phone is old now. It's 3 months old. I need a new phone. And now I'm going to buy for the garage door because the garage door is not working. This is where it gets frustrating because we have double standards. We have double standards. We're like, the phone lasted 3 months and it's obsolete. That sucks. But you know, it's okay. The garage door has lasted 78 years, but it's not working now. And I cannot stand for this. I cannot stand for this betrayal. How dare these other industries decide to take it upon themselves to create this? And now we see the butt cracks of the repair people who come over because they're the only ones who know how to fix our now broken water tank. It's spurting everywhere. I didn't even remember that I used water. I was too busy looking at my 700 cameras. And now I need to get my water tank fixed. And this leads me to think, perhaps we've been spending too much time putting the wrong people on pedestals. We're always talking about Steve Jobs and Bill Gates and all these people in the tech industry creating things like phones and laptops. We need to reassess who we have been elevating to these statize. Statize? I'm like statuses, statize? Is that even the plural? I don't know. I'd look it up on my phone, but it's obsolete. So we need to reassess this. I think we should really spend less time glamorizing the innovators of these like singular extra pixels on the phones. And instead, I think it is time that we elevate, that we praise the makers of the things that really make life wonderful. Like, we go to school and we learn about, say, Einstein. He invented gravity. Wrong! I was totally still being pulled to the earth via some unknown force even before he came up with his equation. Was it Pythagoras? Newton? I don't know. Why are we celebrating them? Not fair. I was an object in motion without even knowing about Newton's force. Object in motion, straight out the door, straight into the wall, over my feet, because I've tripped, because I'm staring at my 700 phones. Yeah, Einstein wasn't even real. That's right. I'm pretty sure that Pythagoras Googled his theorem on his phone anyway. But whatever it is, why are we learning about these people? I have no idea who invented the towel. Who invented the towel? What about the toothpick? I mean, this is something that really has a significant impact on my day-to-day life. Every day I use a towel. And you know what? No obsolescence. No obsolescence. That towel has served me for a very long time. Through thick and thin, it's always been there to dry me, to dry my hands. Steve Towson, was it though? Was it though? What about toothpicks? every now and then I go to have some chicken wings and some little bit of chicken gets stuck in my teeth. And you know what? I am very dissatisfied, greatly frustrated. There's a bit of chicken in my teeth. And then I get the toothpick and I'm like, oh, the relief, the beauty. Do we know who invented the toothpick? No, we don't. We don't know who invented the toothpick. We know some monk called Mendel put plants together and he made them breed and that was early pornography or whatever it was. But we don't know the person who invented the toothpick. Why are we not learning these important facts and details? I don't know. Maybe it's because whoever invented them, is too old now. We've moved on. They've become obsolete.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and notification bell because clicking things is fun. If you want to see the full versions of these Twitch streams, then you can on my channel, twitch.tv/MaryAmber. And if you want to catch VODs, if you've missed streams, then check out my Patreon, Ninja Club, patreon.com/MaryAmber.